A very good afternoon, everyone. So, in this class, we'll discuss about the different tests on cement, what we'll conduct, and then why we are going to conduct those tests. So, can somebody repeat which are the main properties of the cement, which one we have discussed in the previous class? Can anyone please? Anup? Yes, Vinay, please. Vinay Devreddy. Just you can unmute and you can speak up. Yes, your voice is not audible, Vinay.
Grades.
Okay, grades of the cements. Okay,
Huh.
properties. I'm asking the properties of the cement. So on which properties the cement will depends. You can raise hand.
Fineness,
Very good, Srishti. Fineness,
heat
fineness
of
of the cement.
hydration,
Heat of hydration. Second one,
soundness,
soundness. Third,
insoluble residue,
insoluble residue. Very good. And then anything else other than this? Others?
Setting time.
Sanskriti, setting time. Very good. Most important property of the cement. Then
specific gravity,
specific gravity. Very good. So these are the main
compressive,
proper. Yes, somebody. Yes,
compressive
Srishti.
test,
Compressive strength test. So we'll come to know the strength property of the material. Clear? So whatever the properties we have discussed in the previous class, we
Bulk
need to check
density.
Sadram, right? Sadram Khut. Which one, Baba? Yes, Sadram. Just you can unmute and you can speak.
Bulk density.
Sadram,
Bulk
bulk
density.
density, that test we can conduct on finer particle of the sand and all. But here, instead of that bulk density, we can say it as the surface area, so that by conducting the fineness test we'll come to know the surface area, that too in terms of centimeter square, I mean centimeter square per kg, like that it will come. Okay, so that bulk density we can conduct that test on sand, fine aggregate. Okay, uh, then so whatever we have discussed about the different properties of the cement, we need to check whether those properties are satisfying the results or not. So to check those properties, we need to conduct several tests on cement. Okay, so we'll study those tests in this class. So the slide is visible to everyone, right? The testing of cement. Can somebody say yes, or if it is not, just say no, so that again I can reconnect. Slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so testing of cement here will be having two different types of tests. First one is field test and then laboratory test. So here this field test, just by the visual inspection, we'll come to know how exactly that property of the cement is there, right? Hold on a second. Okay, so in this field test, we are not going to use any type of the apparatus, and we'll come to know just by the visual inspection. And here in the laboratory testings, we'll use certain tools like apparatus, equipments, and all. So then we'll come to know the specific property of the cement. Okay. So first we'll discuss with the field testing. So here basically this field testing and all, it is used for the minor works. For example, you are going to construct a particular compound or any repairing work, house, right? The minor house which is not going to carry much load. So that time just by visual inspection you can come to know the quality of that cement. Okay, but when you are going with the major structures like the construction of bridge, construction of apartment, construction of dam, right? So in that case we need to go with the laboratory test, and then we should check each and every properties of the cement carefully with the specified results given by the Indian standard code books. Okay, so this field test which is purely used for the minor works. Okay, and how you are going to check this, conduct these field testings, especially in the field. Okay, so for that different tests are there. The first test, what you need to do, just open the bag and take a good look at the cement, and there it should not have any visible lumps. Any visible lumps in the sense the hard particles what you can see. So within that cement bag there should not be any hard particles. Okay, so just by the visual inspection you will come to know whether any hard particles are there or not. And then with respect to the color, that cement color normally it should be greenish gray. Okay, so you need to identify which type of color it is there, and in some cases when the ingredient quantities or the proportion changed, that color will get changes to black greenish color, I mean black color, so which mixed with gray, right? So you need to check it carefully, that color of the cement it should be greenish gray. Clear? We have conducted two tests here just by opening that cement bag. And third one, just place your hand into that cement bag. So entire along with the palm as well as the fingers, just place your hand in the cement bag, and then it should give the cool feeling. So once you insert the hand, you should feel cool within that cement bag, especially for your hand. And that time also you can check within that particular cement bag there should not be any lumps. Okay, lumps are nothing but the hard particles. And then the third one, you need to take a pinch of cement from the cement bag, and then you should feel between the fingers. Just take a pinch of cement powder from your fingers and then just gently rub along with your fingers. Okay, so that time it should give a smooth and not a gritty feeling. Gritty feeling in the sense when you feel the hard particles within that substance or cement, so that hard particles fills with gritty. Clear? So those hard particles you should not get in between your fingers. Okay, that is the third one. And then the fourth test, what you will conduct, take a handful of cement, and along with that take one bucket which is filled by the water. So gently pour the cement on that water bucket, and those cement particles whatever you have thrown on the water surface, for a certain period of time it should get float, right? And then it should get start sinking. Okay, soon after adding that one into the water bucket, it should not immersed or it should not get sinked. Okay, for a certain period of time it should get float, and then it should sink as per the water surfaces. Okay, so that one it is going to decide the good quality of the cement. And then the last test, that is take 100 grams of cement, right, and then add a small quantity of the water to that and make that one as stiff paste in the sense it should be hard enough to take a minor loads. Okay, so like that, make that one as a bit stiff, and then from that stiff paste pat a cake with the sharp edges. So certain instruments will be there. By using those instruments, just make that one with a pat cake, and then by using the sharp edges. Okay, so now that cake piece, just you can put it on a glass plate and slowly take it under the water in a bucket. Clear? So again you need to take a fresh water, and then from that water you need to immerse this pat cake, and base you have provided with a glass plate. Okay, and see that the shape of the cake which is not disturbed while taking it down to the bottom of the bucket. So once you are taking down that one into the bucket, that shape it should not get changes. Okay, and then after 24 hours the cake should retain its original shape. You need to keep that one in the water bath for about 24 hours. So after the 24 hours, that cement cake, I mean the pad cake, it should retain its original shape, and at the same time it should also set and attain some strength. Clear? So then only we can say that it is good quality of the cement. So you are going to conduct around 5 to 6 tests here. The first thing is just open the bag and check whether any lumps are there in the bag. Clear? It should be free from the lumps. And second one is, and that color it should be normally greenish gray color. Okay, and then take a pinch of cement from your fingers, and then okay, before that just place your hand into the cement bag and you should feel cool, and again you should not feel any lumps within the cement bags. And fourth one is take a pinch of cement and then gently rub that one. Should not feel any hard particles within your fingers. Okay, and then take a handful of cement, throw it on the water bath which is filled in the bucket, and then that cement particles it should flow for a period of time and then it should get sink. Not soon after adding cement in the water bath, it should not get sink suddenly. It should float for a certain time and then it should get sink. Yeah, and then preparation of the pat cake, and then that shape of the pat cake it should retain same when you have immersed that one in water bath for 24 hours. Okay, so these are the different field test. Basically this one we will be using for minor works. Clear? And now moving on to the next concept, that is laboratory test, most important concept of testing, that is laboratory test. Okay, this field test usually you can't decide with 100% of accuracy. Yeah, so that time when you are going with a major constructions, we need to check each and every properties of the cement. Yeah, I mean we need to check each and every properties of each material whatever we are going to use: steel, water, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, and then cement. Clear? So whatever the materials you are going to use, those all materials properties we need to find out by conducting different tests. And here the following tests which are usually conducted in the laboratory. For this particular test we need to use the laboratory apparatus and even some specifications assigned by Indian Standard Code books. The first test, that is fineness test. Second one is setting time test. Here you are going to get three different tests. Okay, setting time test, and then strength test, soundness test, heat of hydration test, and then chemical composition test. Okay, so for your fifth semester laboratory, you're having these particular tests majorly. That is soundness test. From first, fineness test is there, setting time test is there, strength test is there, soundness test is there. So rest all this heat of hydration and all will come to know at the part of, I mean just demo experiments are there for your laboratory. So concentrate more on this first four ABCD, especially the setting time test as well as strength test. Clear? So we'll study one by one now. The fineness test is, fineness means what? It is purely depends upon the size of the particle of the cement. Cement size of the, I mean particle size of the cement. Okay. So as we discussed so many things about the fineness. Clear? Smaller the fineness, I mean larger the fineness of cement particles, that heat of hydration will takes place a lot, and even the surface area also will be more. So that time it is going to give the most strength. So many factors we have discussed regarding this fineness test, I mean this fineness word. So we need to conduct several tests, different tests on this fineness, so that we'll come to know the property of this. Okay, so here the fineness of cement has an important bearing on the rate of hydration, and hence the rate of gain of strength and also on the rate of evaluation of heat. So this fineness, which is purely dependent of the particle size, and that depends the rate of hydration and then evaluation of heat. I mean the rate of evaluation of heat, rate of hydration, and even the strength aspect also. So these all factors that is purely dependent upon this fineness of cement. Okay. So as we discussed in the previous class, that is finer cement that offers a greater surface area, right? So I said by giving example. So when you have divided this one into two particles, clear? So this surface area is around 100, you can consider. Clear? But when you have divided this one, whether it will be same as the initial one, it will get changes. Might be that surface area will be 150 because you have divided this one, and even this particular part it will get divided in two different aspects. Even that area also it is going to consider. It will be looks in this way. Clear? So that time you will get the larger surface area when it starts with the finer particles. Yeah. So because of that reason, because of the greatest surface area of the hydration and hence the faster development of strength, because the heat of hydration will takes place at the earlier time. Clear? And how that heat of hydration will get complete simultaneously, that achievement of strength also it can take place in the earlier time. Next, the fineness of grinding, which has been increased over the years, but now it has got nearly stabilized. So the manufacturing industry people, they goes on preparing the cement with a lot of less fineness content. I mean whatever the surface area they are going to get, they are going to crush that one a lot so that the finer particles they are getting as much as possible. Clear? But there also it is going to give certain disadvantage part, that is if you have made that one too fineness, that also it will be too disadvantageous part, because once that finer particle it loses its property, that is going to provide some gap within the concrete structures, and then there which will enter with the air particles, and then it is going to start with the deterioration process. So it should be some limitations to get the fineness particles. Okay. And here this is purely dependent upon again the ingredients also. So different cements are ground to the different fineness. Okay. Because I will give you one example. Low heat cement, that is a type of cement, right? So there it is going to get the heat of hydration will be too less. That time this fineness you need to increase it. Clear? That particle surface area it should be less. Then only that heat of hydration will takes place at the lower rate. When you have divided that one into a number of particles, when you have crushed that one a lot, so that time that surface area will get increased. So that leads in the increment in the heat of hydration process. Yeah. And here the minimum number of particles in a sample of cement that should have a sieve size less than 100 micron. So whatever you will take the cement sample, right? So the maximum number of the particles, around 90% of the particles, it should be having the sieve size is less than 100 microns. Yeah. And then the basic concept about how it will get affects with respect to the lesser particle size distribution. I will give you the different examples with respect to the sieve sizes. So in that, whatever the cement particles which are less than 100 microns, clear? So in that particles around the smallest particle that may have size of about 1.5 microns. So here, whatever the cement particles will get passes from 100 microns, it will be from 1 micron to 99 micron, right? So in that smallest particle means it should have size 1.5 micron. Yeah, that one however it will get passed from 100 microns, right? So in that 100 microns the smallest particle size is around 1.5 microns. Okay. So by and the large and average size of the cement particles it may be taken as about 10 microns. So most of the cement particle size, it should be around 10 microns. Clear? And then here the particle size fraction that is below 3 micron has been found to have the predominant effects on the strength at 1 day, while 3 to 25 micron fraction has a major influence on 28 days of strength. So as you all know that when you will add water to the cement, after certain period of time it will get hardened. Yeah, correct, no? And then so that hardened process, it will takes place by the cement particles which is below 3 microns. So here, whatever the cement particles which are passed from 100 microns. So in that, the cement particles which are of having 3 micron sizes, yeah. So those 3 micron size of the cement which will be effect on the predominant effect on the strength at 1 day. So whatever the cement which will get strength at 1 day, so that strength it will get by these 3 micron cement particles. Clear? And then the cement particles which are of size 3 to 25. So these cement particles which are there between 3 to 25 micron. So that one it leads the major influence on 28 days of strength. So here whatever the concrete or cement which will get strength after 28 days of curing, so that is because of the cement particle which are of size 3 to 25 micron. Clear? And then increase in fineness of the cement which is also found to increase the drying shrinkage of concrete. So however, if you goes on increasing the fineness, that leads the drying shrinkage in the sense the change in its volume what you can see after the evaporating of the water particles. Yeah, so that one it leads because of the increase in the fineness of the cement. And in commercial cement they have suggested like there should be 25 to 30% of the particles which are of less than 7 micron in its size. So at least when you are using 1000 grams of cement, so in this 1000 grams of cement, at least 25 to 30%, around 250 to 300 grams of the cement which should be of size that is less than 7 micron. Yeah, so like that they have suggested in the commercial cement like Birla A1, JK Cement, so many other brands, Ultratex. Yeah, and most of asked question when they asked about the types of the cement, you are not supposed to tell the brands. Huh? Keep in your mind, we need to give the brief classifications depends upon the chemical compositions which are present in that low heat cement, high alumina cement, yeah, white cement. Those are the types of the cement, not JK, Birla, so and so, right? Okay, so here coming to the part fineness of the cement which is tested in 2 ways. First one is by sieving, and second is by finding out the specific surface area. You can, yes, but so tells you can comment. Nobody? Yes. So here the first test on the cement, that is the fineness test. This fineness test we can conduct it by sieving, and second test we can use the air permeability apparatus, and that results that given in terms of centimeter square per gram. Okay, so basically the Blaine is a person, those who have invented this particular apparatus. From that apparatus will come to know the fineness of the cement. Okay, so this fineness of the cement we can conduct in to find out this fineness of the cement we can conduct two tests. First one is sieving, and second one is by air permeability apparatus. Yeah, so by this air permeability apparatus we'll come to know the surface area of cement. Okay, the first one is very simple, that is sieve test. First you need to take around 100 grams of the cement sample from the cement bag. Clear? And then you should start sieve that one by using 90 micron sieve. Clear? And then If any lumps are there, you can break it by using hands or fingers. Okay, no need to use any sharp edges and all. Just by applying a certain strength, it will get disturbed and it will be in the powder form. You can use your fingers also. Clear? So that 100 grams of the cement, you need to see this one from 90 microns. So some cement particles will get pass and some particles will get retained. Clear? So you need to collect the retained particles from this 90 microns. Clear? So for that, I will give you a particular example. Just consider this 100 grams as W1. Clear? So this is considered the total weight of the cement is W1, and then you should sieve that one from sieve number 9. Think that around 90 grams it will get pass. Clear? It will get pass, and 10 grams it will get retained in the sieve itself. Clear? So this 10 grams it will get retained in the sieve itself. So this whatever the particle which is retained in this 90 micron sieve, that one you just consider as W2. Okay, that time the formula will be in this way: W2 divided by W1 into 100. Clear? So here W1 is original weight of the cement, that is 100 grams, and then W2, that is weight of the cement particle which is retained in 90 micron C. Clear? So that weight we are going to substitute here, and it will come to know the total percentage of the sieves what it will, I mean cement particles what it will get passes. Yeah. So here the procedure is very simple. Break down the air set lumps which is present in there, and then continuously sieve the sample, that giving circular and vertical motion of about 15 minutes. 15 minutes you need to sieve this 100 grams of the cement by using this 90 micron sieve, and then weigh the residue left on the sieve. Residue in the sense which is not passed from this 90 micron sieve. That weight you need to consider, and that weight that shall not exceed 10% of the ordinary cement. That sieve test is rarely used. Okay, so here whatever it will get passes, only 10 gram it can get passes. I mean, if you have considered 100 grams of the cement, only 10 gram it should get retained. If it is more than 10 gram, then that cement is not good. Like that also you can calculate and you can say it. Yeah, when you have used 100 grams of the cement, only it is permissible to leave around 10 grams of the cement in 90 microns. If it is more than the 10 grams, then that cement is not suitable for the construction. And this particular test is rarely used. Nowhere they are going to use these types of test, because in some or other categories, it is going to satisfy the other properties of the cement. But as per the Indian Standard Code books, they have mentioned this test also. Clear? And then the second test, that is air permeability method. So this air permeability method that covers the procedure for determining the fineness of the cement, as which is represented by specific surface area, that is expressed as the total surface area in terms of square centimeter per gram, centimeter square per gram, else even it can be measured in terms of meter square per kg. Both are same. So by conducting this test, we'll come to know the total fineness of the cement in terms of total surface area. Yeah. And then here Lee and Nurse air permeability apparatus, which is shown in figure. Clear? We are going to use this particular apparatus just to find out the fineness of the cement. So which is going to consisting of this manometer and even this stopcock. So just when you have provided certain amount of air with a certain pressure, this stopcock will start moves. Okay, depends upon the particles which are present in the cement, it will get moves. Okay, and this conical socket, so through this we can place the cement particles, and then certain permeability cell will be there. So this through this permeability cell, that cement bed can be placed, I mean the compacted cement bed. So through this, when you have applied certain pressure, so at what time that is going to reach at the end part, so depends upon that we'll come to know the total surface area of the cement. Okay, so we have seen around 3000 K. Yes, somebody texted, I think. I can't see you. Shabash Sheikh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need to explain it once again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I will repeat it. Okay, so this air permeability method, just by conducting this air permeability method, we'll come to know the total surface area. Clear? So total surface area, that gives you like the total strength what you are going to achieve, and even the heat of hydration and other properties. So for this test, what we are going to get, we are having the air permeability apparatus which is shown in the figure, and this apparatus can be used for measuring the specific surface of the cement. So this is the manometer. Through this the pressure which is going to measure. Okay, and then here etched lines will be there. So this etched lines, because of this certain pressure whatever we are going to provide, that pressure which will comes and stand in this line. Yeah, so here we are going to place the cement particles through this conical socket, and then here the whatever the stopcock is there, because of this stopcock certain air bubbles can be placed. So once you turned on, this pressure will get moves from one place to other place. Yeah, so here at the manometer we'll come to know the total pressure how much we are going to apply, and then if it is there through the laboratory test, I would have shown you that machines how it is going to works out. But in this image it is difficult to explain the entire procedure, because when we conduct that experiment, through that air bubble will be there. So this air tube or air bulb, when we press this, certain air which is going to penetrate. Clear? So it is same as how they are going to check in the medical, I mean, in the hospital and all, the BP and all, how they are going to check. Certain bubbles will be there, right? So when they have pressed that bubble, that air which is going to pass. So similarly, here also, that air will get passes, and then that pressure it will note down, and then through that pressure we can come to know the surface area of the cement. Okay, that is certain digitalization and all will be there. When you applied certain pressure on that certain specific area which is going to measure, because when the surface area will be too less, easily that air which is going to pass through that cement particles, correct? So when it is with high end particles, I mean the sieve size will be more than 100 microns. That time it may feel bit difficulties to pass through that particles. So that's the main reason. I will show you once the college starts regarding this test how we are going to conduct it. Clear? Because the things it will get different through the images. If it is not clear to you, I will explain through by taking that instrument to your class. Okay. So by conducting this, we'll come to know the surface area of the particles, which is comprising the cement bed. Now, the standard consistency test. The second type of test, that is standard consistency test. So standard consistency in the sense what? Consistency means however cement require the proper percentage of water. Clear? Just to make a standard cement paste. So we need to check here at what percentage of the water that cement will give the standard consistency. Clear? At what percentage of the water cement will give a clear paste. So that is the standard consistency test. That percentage what you are going to find out. At what percentage the cement will give the standard cement paste. No? That percentage of water only your standard consistency. Yeah. So here for finding out initial setting time as well as the final setting time, and even the soundness of cement, and even the strength parameter, we need to conduct this standard consistency test. So the standard consistency test, this one it can be measured, denoted as P in terms of percentage. Okay, so this is measured in terms of percentage and noted with respect to the term P. Clear? So for this, what we need to do, we'll explain in this way, okay, by taking this diagram. So here, this instrument name is VCAT apparatus. So this, by using this VCAT apparatus, we are going to conduct three tests. Do not get confused. For all three tests, we are going to take the same instrument. This instrument name we can call VCAT apparatus. Clear? So first test, that is normal consistency, that is denoted as P, and this is first one. And second one, initial setting time. Clear? We will measure in terms of minute. And then final setting time, that is third one. Final setting time, that is also measured in terms of minutes. Okay. So to find out this initial setting time as well as the final setting time, we require normal consistency value P. And even this P value, which will helpful to find out compressive strength and even to find out the soundness test. Here, this P value will be helpful for four other different tests. P value is nothing but the normal consistency value. Yeah. So now you can see, 1 minute, I will clear these things. So here you can see this particular apparatus. It consisting of a base plate. We'll explain you it. Because I need this space to explain other stuffs. Okay. So in this apparatus, you can see a non-porous plate. It means this one, it can be a glass plate. Whatever I'm marking, just you note down. This one is the glass plate, or even we can call it as non-porous plate. And this is VCAT apparatus. This is a front view, and this is just the side view. Okay. So this is the front elevation, and this is the just the side view. Here. So here you can see the measuring part. Whatever the value you are going to note down from this particular point, you are going to measure. So this is the needle. Sorry, this is a measuring needle. Okay, and this one what you are going to use, this one which you will get depends for various tests. For this is plunger. For normal consistency, we are going to use this plunger, right? For first test, that is normal consistency, what we are discussing now. So for that test, we are going to use the plunger having the dimension 10 mm in its diameter. The diameter will be 10 mm, and then length will be 50 mm. Yeah. So this name is called as plunger. Yeah. This plunger which will be used for normal consistency test. So this plunger we need to attach to this instrument now. For this VCAT apparatus, we are going to use this instrument. I mean, use this plunger. Yeah. So now we need to take the cement particles in a tray, and in a particular tray, you can consider cement particles as per the specifications. Means either you can take 300 gram, either you can take 400 gram or 500 gram. No matter how much cement you are going to take, but the water quantity, whatever you are going to consider for this weight, that one you should be find out. So first we need to check for 25% of the water. In this, you can take anyone. I am going to take 400 grams of the cement, right? For 400 grams of the cement, we are going to take 25% of the water. So how you are going to calculate the water content? When you are going to take 400 grams of the cement, for that you need to add 25% of water. 100. Okay, this is 25%. So how much you are adding? Around 100 ml. Clear? So water content will be 100 ml for 400 grams of the cement. Similarly, if you have taken 300 grams of the cement, how much it will be? It will be 75 ml. So depends upon that cement content, this water content will get changes. However, whatever you take, that cement paste will be similar when you have added with 400 grams of cement with 100 ml of water, and even with 300 grams of cement with 75 ml of water. That cement paste will be similar, right? Only the thing is quantities it will get changes. So now what I'm going to take, we are going to take around 400 grams of cement plus 100 ml of water. So this 100 ml, how you got? This is for 25 percentage. We need to check at what percentage we'll get the results. Either it is for 25, 26, 27, 28. We don't know. Clear? At what percentage that results will come. Clear? Understand it carefully. This 400 grams of cement we are taking, and then along with that 100 ml of water, we will mix that one thoroughly, and then that mixing time it should not be less than 3 minutes, and it should not be more than 5 minutes. Yeah, so within that particular 3 to 5 minutes we should mix this cement as well as water. Clear? And then it turns to cement paste, and this cement paste we need to fill in this mold, wicket mold, what you can see here. So this, in this wicket mold we need to fill it. So you need to gently compact it by using this non-porous plate, and the entire thing it should get filled in this wicket mold. Clear? How you need to take the cement as well as the water. If you have taken for 300 grams, only the thing is here there will not be any shortage of cement will takes place, because we are taking the maximum quantities of the cement. So might be some part it will get remain. So I am considered this 400 grams of the cement. For 400 grams of the cement, when you have considered 25 percentage of the water, it will be 100 ml. So 400 grams plus 100 ml we have added, and we have prepared the cement paste. That cement paste we are going to fill it here. Clear? So now here we have attached a plunger, because this is the normal consistency test. The procedure, once you understood about this normal consistency test procedure, it will be similar with initial setting time as well as the final setting time. Only the thing is bit change will get occur. So understand carefully about the first part of the normal consistency, that how you are going to take the readings from this wicket apparatus. No need to read out these all whatever the theory part they have given. So whatever I am explaining in brief, which is covered there. Okay, so instead of reading entire procedure and to explain in brief, I am directly taking this figure and then I am going to explain. Okay, so here in this part, it is consisting of the releasing pin. So when you have released this pin, it will comes down. Clear? And then this is the indicator, through that we are going to measure the different values. Right? Now what we have done, this 400 grams of the cement plus 100 ml of water we have filled in this wicket mold, and then we need to level this surface. Clear? So now that wicket apparatus, it consisting of the values start from 50, 52, at the end here 0. This point it is 40, and then this is 30, 20, 10, like that it will be there. Might be you can consider this one as the 50. Okay, and this is 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. Okay, so here till that you can consider, because they have given the large dimensions. Else I will draw a small diagram here so that the things will get clear. So these are the readings. It starts from 50. Okay, here it is 50. This needle, when it touches this particular part, this is 50, and here it is 40, and then this is 30, this is 20, and this is 10, and then this is at the bottom, which is at 0. Yeah, so just I am writing the words from using the mouse, so might be the words or numbers, it's not coming clearly. I'm writing this one just by using the mouse, not using any pen and all. Just understand the concept. So here initially you need to set this needle so that it should reaches 40 there. So whatever that indicator will be there in this form, that one it should reaches initially to the 40. Like that you need to adjust the indicator. Clear? So now what you need to do, just you need to release this particular pin. So once you release this plunger, whatever we have attached here, it will comes down and it will get penetrate into the cement paste. If cement paste is too hardened, so that time it won't get penetrate only. Clear? So that time what you need to understand, you need to understand that cement is very hard. So when you have added one more percentage more than the initial one, that is from 25 to 26. So what it happens might be initially it may reaches that plunger at this place. Just I am giving you the hint. Okay, so initially it may reaches at this part, and when you have added more water, this needle it will comes down till here. When you have added still more water, it will goes down here. So when you will add goes on adding the water content, it is going to give, I mean, it is going to penetrate a more. Clear? So this concept you need to understand. So now how to take the reading? So initially this one you need to fix it for 40. Clear? Once you release this one, it may reaches at the any part of here, from here to here. Clear? So you need to note down the initial reading. That initial reading, it is like 40. Clear? Initially you have fixed this one for 40. Now might be it may reaches at this part. So how much it is? We can think 35. Clear? So initial reading 40, final reading it is how much? Think that this is 35. Might be for the first trial it will give this needle, I mean whatever this indicator will be there, it will shows here once it got penetrated. So it indicates what? Total 5 mm is the penetration. Yeah. Total, what you will understand. So once you have added 40 grams of the cement with 100 ml of water, for that cement paste, it gives 5 mm penetration. This is the first reading how you are going to take. Clear? So like that, what you need to do, you need to get this particular results. Whatever you got 5 mm, no? So that 5 mm, it should come with 33 to 35. This result you should get 33 to 35 mm. So like that you need to goes on adding the water. So now you have added the 26 percentage of water. Again you need to take fresh cement sample, not by adding extra amount of this for this prepared cement paste only. Here again you need to take fresh cement sample, that is of 400 grams. Now for 400 grams you need to add 1% extra than the initial one. 25%, it is 100, and when you have taken 26%, so this one it will be 26. Sorry. So this 100 ml now it will be 104. Correct? So now 400 grams of the cement, 26 percentage of the water, that is 104 ml, and for 400 grams we have added 104 ml of water. Again we have mixed that cement, and again we have filled this one. We need to empty the previous cement paste, and then we need to fill it the fresh cement paste, which is of prepared with 26 percentage of water. Now again we have placed the cement paste in this wicket mold, and then again we need to shift this one back with 40. So now again we need to release the pin. So that time, however, that water paste is having lot of water compared to the initial one. This 35 it may reaches again down. Here this readings it may comes, might be it is down, right? So now what is the initial reading? Again it is 40. Now the final reading where that indicator will get reaches, that is to the 30. Clear? So now what will be the penetration? 10 mm. Clear? So like that, at what percentage of water you will get this results. So that percentage only your normal consistency. Now you can add next 27%. You need to check. So it will comes around 15 mm, right? And then one more percentage you will increase. So like that, we don't know at what percentage we'll get this result. Clear? So we goes on checking by increasing 1% of the water, but at 1% we'll get this result. Clear? Until and unless we should goes on repeating the test procedure. Clear? At 1% of water will get this result. That is only your normal consistency value. Is this clear? Is there any doubt? How you are going to calculate the normal consistency? You know how to take the reading. Initially we should fix this one to 40. Clear? That is fixed. And then once you release the pin, that time it will get penetrate. So depends upon the consistency, it will goes down. If it is hardened, it will be at the top surface only. I mean, it won't penetrate much. When it is with a more liquid state, it will penetrate too hard within the particular cement body. But until and unless you should goes on note down this initial reading as well as the final reading. Whereas initial reading it will be fixed, that is 40 mm. This final reading it will get changes depends upon the change in its water content. Clear? So now at what percentage we'll get this results, I mean the penetration results as 33 to 35 mm. Either you may get 33, either you may get 34 or 35. Clear? So your needle any may it may get touches to these points. You can consider that percentage of water is as normal consistency. Clear? So that p value it will noted down as normal consistency. It is in terms of percentage. Clear? So might be it may comes for OPC 33 grade, it may comes with 32%. I am giving you the hint. This is not the fixed value. When you have conducted this normal consistency test, for 32% of the water, you will get these results. You may get these results. Not you will get, you may get these results. Clear? So this is how you will conduct this test. Is there any doubt? Have understood the procedure now? If you're having any doubts, you can text. Yes? Shall I continue with the next test? Can somebody please?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So you have understood how to take the readings. That is most important thing. That is initial reading and final reading. So no matter where this will get touches, that one you need to note down as final reading itself. Clear? And then 40 minus 35, you will get 5 mm penetration. Initial reading minus final reading, you will get the penetration value. So depends upon this penetration value, you will come to know the results. That results it should come 33 to 35 mm. Clear? So moving on to the next part, that is initial setting time. So we'll continue this initial setting time in the next class, or shall I continue in this class itself? Can somebody please? Sanket? Yes? Am I audible? Yes, Shabas. Thank you. Okay. So just you understand the concept, like how to take the readings. Clear? So that's the most important. Most of the students will do the mistakes while taking out the readings. So initial reading, of course, it will be 40 mm. Clear? It will be similar. And final reading in the sense, do not measure the penetration and all. Where this needle will come and touches now, that one you just note down. So that value is your final reading. And by using the formula, initial reading minus final reading, you will get the penetration. So at 1% of the water, you will get these results. That percentage of water only your normal consistency. Yeah. And from the next test, like initial setting time and all, again which is going to work with the same principle. It is going to measure initial reading and final reading. It also comes with the same readings, but their procedure will get changes. I will explain you in the tomorrow's class. Yeah, just place your name and USN. In the chat box.